Hey guys, it's Graham Taylor at Hudson Rose. Oh, a little bit throaty. Graham at Hudson Rose. How you doing with another brief video to upskill you in your financial world? All right, specifically because we're going to focus on the moment, specifically insurance. And today it is, again, my tiny trumpet. It is life assurance, right? Probably a lot of us are sitting there thinking, oh, I know what life assurance is. Yeah, I'm pretty much going to point out exactly what it is. But there's a few things that you may not be aware of what you can do with life insurance and certain types of life policy that are really, really interesting. So we'll start at the top. Life assurance. You take it out, you die, it pays some money. That's it. Pretty much it, okay? But within that, there's different types of life assurance. And this is where it can get quite confusing if you're on an aggregator site like the Confused one or the Meerkat one or all that kind of stuff. And you start looking at it, you think, well, hang on a minute. How much cover do I need? How long do I have to take it out for? Is that a good price? And what are these things about terminal illness clauses and stuff, right? So that's where we have a chat and we sort all that bit out for you. But to give you the overview of how it all works, right? If we talk about something called term assurance, and that is your classic kind of, you have a set period. If you die within that period, then the amount of money pays out. Well, if we're talking about term assurance, there are two broad types of term assurance. There's what's called decreasing term assurance, and there's what's called level term assurance, right? Decreasing term assurance is what you would normally have to cover a mortgage, assuming your mortgage is on a repayment basis. So each month you're paying and chipping away, and at the end of your 25 or 30 years, you own the house and owe no debt, all right? If you want to protect that mortgage debt, then decreasing term assurance is almost always the way to go, all right? The reason being is because the amount of cover you have starts up here, and it goes each month as you pay it down. It doesn't make that noise. Should do. And then at the end, the cover stops because you've paid your debt off. So if you die at any point in that bit, yeah, then the amount, whatever you owe, just gets completely cleared. So decreasing term assurance, brilliant for covering a repayment mortgage, all right? And the cheapest form of cover as well. The other one you'll get is called level term assurance, which is my big flat hands. There you go. Level term assurance is you are covered for the amount on day one, and you're covered for the same amount at the end of the term. So if you had a 25-year term and you took out £200,000 of level term cover, you would be £200,000 if you died there. If you died at year 10, year 15, and year 24, you'd still get your £200,000 cover, right? It's good for covering things like interest-only mortgages where the balance doesn't drop, or if you have a particular need for a certain amount of money. Now, the one thing we come across more than most is often when people have gone onto these aggregator sites to arrange their insurance, and that's a brilliant thing to do to start off with. The fact that you're even thinking about doing that is put you ahead of everyone else, right? But a lot of time people turn up and they say, oh, I've got this £400,000 level term life policy. And we go, why? Why £400,000? And they go, oh, I just seem like a good number, which is fair enough. It's a good number, but that's not the way really, or the best way to work out your protection need. Think of insurance as like a key in a lock, right? We don't want to spend money on insurance more than we have to. I mean, if you do, then give me a call because I've never spoken to anyone that does, but you want to get just enough to make sure you're okay, yeah? But not too much. This costs you money, which you don't need to pay. So that kind of pick a number at random and that seems about right. Well, that's a kind of, can be either a sledgehammer to crack a nut scenario, i.e. too much cover, don't really need it, or you'll end up underinsuring yourself because you haven't worked out how much you exactly need. Okay, so again, fitting it to things like debts, work out what debt is, need the debt cleared if I die so my family and everyone can stay in the house if that's what we're doing, fit it to that. This is where the fun bit comes in. Fun for me, but this is the bit where people don't know, right? Is that there is another type of life assurance called family income benefit, all right? And it is absolutely brilliant, okay? So let's use me as an example, family man, 2 kids, the typical nuclear family, even got a dog, right? If I were to die, or my wife were to die, yeah, okay, the mortgage gets paid off because we've got that mortgage cover. But we've lost an income and we've still got 2 kids and we've still got the dog, right? So what do we do? How do you do that bit? So that's where family income benefit comes in. And what that does is it says, well, we're going to pay an income every month if one of you dies until, and you pick whatever term you want. I've got mine until my kids get to age 21 because that's when they get their, key to the drinks cabinet and we tap Junior on the shoulder and say, good luck, son, and push him out to the wide world. But you see, that takes them up to that point. So family income benefit is a type of life assurance that can pay an income when someone dies to replace the income that they've taken with them. And yet it's not widely known about. So what you do is you want to try and get a combination of these different types of life assurance to make sure, key and lock bit, that you're not paying too much and you've got just enough cover to keep your head above water. No one's suggesting that, the person that's left behind upon your death or whatever should be having, round the world cruises every month, but they should have enough to not have to worry about the financial side of it once someone's died. And that is fundamentally what life insurance is all about. It's the selfless insurance you give to other people to make sure they're okay. And that's a pretty nice thing to do, right? So anyway, that is Life Insurance 101. There's lots of little things inside there. We didn't touch on terminal illness clauses. We didn't touch on writing in trust. Loads of other stuff to go. But hopefully that gives you a brief overview about what it is. If it's piqued your interest, you can always give me a shout. We'll have a chat. We can talk you through it in more detail and advise you exactly the right key for the lock. I've used that example like 4 times now. I better stop doing it. I need to think of another one. Any other ideas about not keys in lock, let me know. But either way, hope that helped. Hope you're okay. And I will speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.